Hey everybody, Omar here, the Knife Shark Guy, and I am back with another fun-filled video for you today. And today I'm going to go over all 18 of my South African custom knives. I don't want to waste any time, so let's just get started. This is the first one on the list. This is the Atlas CFL frame lock flipper with silver strike carbon fiber on one side, all titanium on the other, with a blue titanium pocket clip, and it also has blue, I guess blue rings around the pivot there. Really beautiful. I love how it's all like, you know, lightning strike carbon fiber on one side and all titanium on the other. I love that combination. This is a Trevor Berger piece. Trevor Berger is a really slick knife maker. I don't mean that in a bad way. When I mean slick, I mean he likes everything nice and tight and neat. If you look at his knives, he doesn't have any writing on his knives, right? So there's like no information anywhere on his knife. Even his own initials, he won't put it on the blade. He puts it right on the knife itself. There it is. See that? Trevor Berger Custom. Actually, it's probably backwards. There you go. Trevor Berger Customs. Right there. And there's no other writing on it anywhere. He's just that way. The knife sports an M390 blade. And it runs on a caged bearing system. Similar to KVT. Only he does it himself. It's his own caged bearing system with ceramic bearings. Ceramic bearings, making it really smooth. I mean, that alone makes it a custom to own. The fact that he uses ceramic bearings in a cage bearing system, I never heard of that. So that's the first custom. The second custom is called Majesty with Thunderstorm Kevlar and Ivory G10. So this is Ivory G10 material on it. And Thunderstorm Kevlar over here. The steel itself is Bowler N690, which is actually an upgrade version of BG10. This knife also runs on steel tool bearings, but it's not a caged bearing system. It's actually Icoma Korth bearing system, IKBS. Nice and smooth. Centering is dead. Thanks to my very good friend Jeff over at the Blade Gallery. I just want to shout out a quick hello. And yes, Jeff, I still believe it's a different knife. That's an inside joke between him and myself. This is really a fantastic knife. It's got gold titanium or bronze titanium liners. Take a good look at that, right? And then it's also got a gold, or I guess, I think it's gold, a gold titanium pocket clip. Really nice. So on to the next knife. This one is the LL48 Flipper with shredded carbon fiber and Damasteel. This also runs on IKBS, not ceramic, but tool steel bearings. Really nice and smooth. Let's get you guys a really good shot at that. One of my favorite things on this knife is that it's got a carbon fiber Backspacer. That's kind of rare for me. I've never heard of that, but I love that. I love that it's carbon fiber Backspacer. The Damasteel on that is absolutely gorgeous. It's got a sheep's foot blade, right? Really pretty. There's Erucus Bloomeris is the maker. You can see that. IKBS. Really pretty. I love this one. This next guy is by a part-time knife maker. He's not really well known because he's part-time. This is the Simba Tactical Interframe Front Flipper with black G10 and carbon fiber inserts. Right there on both sides of the knife. It's got a blue titanium backspacer. The steel is Damascus. Really pretty. Again, it's a front flipper. This one's a front flipper. Again, with the sheep's foot. It's got a nice sheep's foot style blade on there. There's a gentleman's name, Arnold. I believe he is a full-time architect, I'm going to guess. But he's a part-time knife maker. His knives are not that yet expensive because he doesn't make a living making these. He does make some money, but not as much as other full-time knife makers because he's got a full-time job. So if you're looking for a really good custom, John Arnold is the place to start. I've got 3 of this guy's knives. So to top it all off, there's something new that I've never seen on a knife. It's got a Moonglow backspacer. Check that out. So basically, this thing will glow in the dark if you turn off the lights. And no, I'm not going to do it. But yeah, it does glow in the dark. Really cool piece. On to Keith Kruger. This guy's kind of brand new to knife making. This is the only knife of his that I have currently. I do plan on getting more. Don't know when. But this is called the K4 Interframe Flipper with marble carbon fiber and red micarta. A beautiful combination. I've never actually had red micarta in my collection. I had to have it. The steel is Bowler N690, and as you can tell, it's already starting to get used a little bit there. Really nice piece. Love it. It's got blue titanium liners on it, and there's the black marble carbon fiber bolster on there. Actually, the whole knife has got black marble carbon fiber, and then it's got the red micarta inserted on top of it, as you can see. It's also got a titanium pocket clip with the ceramic ball. This is a very, very common pocket clip that custom knife makers use. Andre Thorburn uses it, Arucus Bloomers uses it, and now Keith Kruger also uses it. It's just really very common, really very pretty, really nice all the way. Runs on IKBS, not ceramic ball bearings, just regular tool steel bearings. Still, action is very smooth. On to my second John Arnold piece. As I said, I have 3 of this guy's knives. This is called the Mini Simba Tactical Interframe Front Flipper with marble carbon fiber. Runs on IKBS. There's a black marble carbon fiber insert right there on both sides of the knife. It's also got a blue titanium pocket clip. I love that star pivot on the knife. It's got a super soft detent, so soft you can open it by simply flicking your wrist. But yeah, it has a real soft detent. Very, very soft. This next piece is by a beginning knife maker named Peter Swanepoel. I'm actually kind of friends with this guy. He's still trying to learn how to make knives. He's really concentrating on the basics and getting it right, because I'm sure there's like a million different ways to put a knife together and to make a knife. He wants to make sure that he discovers all of those possibilities before he starts getting into much more interesting material like these guys here. He just wants to get the basics down. This is an all titanium knife. The steel is Bowler M390. The washers, because he's a beginning knife maker at the time that he made this, he's now since bumped up, but at the time that he made this knife, it was just Teflon washers he was using. In the custom world, I think Teflon washers are kind of looked down upon. I don't know why, because you can't break them. You know, they're pretty durable to use in a knife, and I mean the action on, I can't really tell. I mean the action on this is very, very smooth. He just does that really beautifully well. Peter Swanepoel, very basic custom design on it. As you can see, he's got these sort of strikes on the back. There's a little bit coloration on the knife. The name of this piece is called the Evolver. Once again, the steel is Bowler N690. An acid wash, really very pretty. And I have used this knife quite a bit. So Peter Swanepoel. On to this side of the drawer, we're going to go ahead and move on to Andre Thorburn's front flipper. The L48 front flipper with marble carbon fiber and zirconium bolster. Check out the file work on that. Steel is CTS, XHP. Sorry to say I have not yet used this knife, but I do carry it quite a lot. Yeah, that's one of the things that I've always thought about. Even if you never get the opportunity to use a knife, you're carrying it a lot. You know, is it still considered brand new? Because you're carrying it a lot. When I mean carrying it, I don't use a pocket clip either. I just put the knife in my pocket. So, but this knife gets carried so much, and it is just begging for an opportunity to be used. So, there you have it. Once again, the bolster work on this is not done by Andre. It's done by Andre's wife, Marguerite. She does all of the bolster work on all of his knives. She herself is also a great artist. And, you know, you wait till you see the knife that I pull out. You can actually see it right here. But I'm going to go ahead and do that knife a little bit further on down. Or maybe I'll do it next. So, yeah, she does all the bolster work on this. Again, it's a front flipper because I have an affinity for front flippers. So, there you go. So, on to my other Andre Thorburn piece. This is... I don't have any information on this knife. I did have Andre Thorburn make this for me, and I got the certificate of authenticity. I forgot to pull it out. I don't have it right here, but yeah, just give a little talk about it. So this knife is made with all white Westinghouse, micarta handles on this. Really pretty on both sides of the knife. Again, his wife does the artwork on the bolster there. The steel is M390. It's a huge front flipper piece, as you guys can see. Really big knife. The file work on here, once again, done by hand, all by hand, by the great Andre Thorburn. We were kind of talking back and forth on the WhatsApp as he made this knife for me, and it's very, very special. I haven't yet used it because I'm having fun carrying it and showing it off. But I am going to be using it. All the knives in this collection have been carried, and most of them have been used. So there's that. On to the third Andre Thorburn knife. This is called the L51 Compact Flipper with blue carbon fiber twill. One of the things I love about this knife, it's actually got a blue bolster. I love that. That is just absolutely insane. Now, this is more like Andre's production piece, if you wanted to call it that. He makes a lot of these. This is not a one-of-a-kind handmade. Most of the knives in this collection are one-of-a-kind handmade. This is not. This knife is one that he makes in different variations. I've seen it in white. I've seen it in red. Obviously, it's in blue. I've seen it in all black carbon fiber. It's a beautiful knife. The knife runs on ceramic bearings. Like this knife, Andre Thorburn only uses ceramic bearings on all of his knives. It's an interesting thing to note. Ceramic bearings offer a very, very full shut feel, as you can see, and all of his knives do that. The minute you pop it open and then disengage the liner lock, it just kind of wants to fall shut. That's what the knife does. It's absolutely spectacular. I love this piece. L51 Compact Flipper. Moving on. One of my favorite guys, I only have one knife of his. I wish I could get more. But right now, the guy's only dealing in Bowler N690, which is not my favorite steel, and probably the only reason why I don't have very many of his knives. But because I'm a front flipper freak and I wanted another small front flipper, I got this one. This is called the EDC Frame Lock Front Flipper with Ivory G10 and Lightning Strike carbon fiber. On one side, the other side of the knife's all titanium. I love that look. All titanium on the other side. Really pretty knife. Again, it's a front flipper. And it only runs on washers. No bearings, no nothing, just washers. Love that piece. On to my next knife. This is made by Andre van Heerden. And this is a huge friggin' flipper. Once again, this is a sheep's foot blade. Sports M390. Okay. Blue titanium liners. I actually had the pocket clip done by TWS777 on Instagram. I had him blue that up for me to match the titanium liners. I absolutely love that. Once again, my friend TWS777, also known as Troy. You can check him out on Instagram. He does great work, as you can see. Like I said, this was originally plain silver color, and I had him blue it up for me. Really great piece. This is another one of those knives. This is not ceramic bearings, but because the blade is so heavy, this is probably the smoothest knife in my collection. There's like no stopping at all on this piece. I mean, it's ridiculous. Look at that. I don't even have to do anything. I can just hold it up, disengage the liner lock, and watch him fall. Absolutely love that. Beautiful knife. Love it. M390 steel on that. On to my next custom. This is by Willem Steenkamp. Okay, this is a front flipper. All carbon fiber / G10 handles together. Gives it a nice grip, gives it really nice strength, and I love the idea, the combination of G10 and carbon fiber together in the handle. It's got these really pretty sort of in the light 3D effect on there with that carbon fiber and G10 mixed together in that. Black titanium pocket clip. The details on this knife are insane. It's got gold titanium or bronze titanium liners. Nice backspacer made of G10 on that. Really pretty. You can get one of these right now. Not this version, but they've got another version all G10. Then there's another version all carbon fiber. You can check it out on bladegallery.com. He's got quite a few of these. Made like 3 of these. I got this one, which was the mix of the two. M390 blade. One of the things that I love about this knife is he does this I call it a Chris Reevish thing, where the entire knife is crowned on the top there. As you can see, I love that crown thing. Really nice. Not only that, but he made the jimping nice and round as well, so it doesn't kill your thumb when you're using his knife, which I thought was a real smart move. Very, very smooth knife. Again, sports M390 steel. Love that. This runs on IKBS ball bearing system. Second Peter Swanepoel piece. This is a front flipper by Peter Swanepoel. This one has I believe this is a Warncliffe style blade. Really pretty. The blade is M390, only runs on washers. Again, it's a front flipper. Looks very similar to the Evolver knife you saw earlier, which is this knife right here. So it's like, you know, big brother, little brother. That's how I collect. I can't help it. I know it's insane, but what are you going to do? On to my next piece. This is the John Arnold Grizzly Tactical Interframe Front Flipper with G10 and Ambonia wood burl inserts. Really pretty. G10 all the way, all on the entire knife, and then it's got these Ambonia wood burl inserts, and kind of purplish but somewhat blue tintish pocket clip and liner. This one actually here it looks purple, which is kind of cool. I'm learning to like purple. I used to hate it, but now I'm learning to like it. The knife runs on IKBS, very smooth, steel, M390. Once again, it's a front flipper. Big front flipper freak. All right, moving on. My all-time favorite in the entire collection is made by one of the most legendary knife makers ever. The Slim Boo with a twist G10 with a very rare steel called Nitrobe 77, as you can tell, I already used the knife. It's all dirty. This steel, guys, is so sharp. This steel, this very rare steel, Nitrobe 77, Des Horn is the only knife maker at this time. Maybe one or two others are using the steel, but as far as I understand it, he's the only one that actually owns all of it and has access to it. Like I said, there may be one or two other knife makers. This is another front flipper. This knife has got a G10 twist design on it, which Des Horn makes himself. He continues the twist design on the blue titanium liners. Check that out. It's also got a black G10 backspacer that goes all the way up to the back. It's one of the things that I absolutely love about most knives that are out there. Any knife that's got either an entire closed system where there's, where it's all the way up to the top, completely covered in the back, making it look like it's almost an integral piece, even though it's not. I love that look. Or just use standoffs. I don't like those half backspacer things, but I accept it. I don't like it, but I do accept it. It's very nice. This knife, again, yeah, it's made by Des Horn. I'm also, at this point in time, he's making me another knife called the Imbuvu. Imbuvu means hippopotamus in South Africa. This is called the Slim Buvu, so this would probably be the skinny hippopotamus, I guess. Really sweet piece. Love it. Nitrobe 77. It's got a pocket clip on the knife, which is very rare for Des Horn because he does not use pocket clips. His knives, while they are also tools, they seem to be recognized more for the artistry than any other knife in this collection. That's what he's well known for, because he was literally before any of the other knife makers in here. Andre, in my opinion, Andre Thorburn and Rukas Bloomers, those guys are like second generation. Des Horn was like first, pretty much. So he's kind of like the grandfather of South African knife making, I guess. And this is actually the cheapest knife that he sells. The retail price on this one is about $8.25 for this piece. He's got knives that are just way up there. And it's because he's been doing it for so long and his work is impeccable. Slim Buvu with a twist, G10. On to my one and only full dress piece by Rukas Bloomers. I love this knife. I carry it a lot. I have yet to use it. You could probably say this is like my only safe queen in the entire collection, although it shouldn't be because it's so expensive. I'm not even going to tell you how much it costs. So this is called the LL48 Flipper with marble carbon fiber, Damasteel, and titanium Damascus Backspacer. This runs on ceramic bearings IKBS. Forgot to mention, this knife only runs on washers. Let me put this down for a quick second, since we're almost done. This knife only runs on washers. The guy's a master. I mean, it's so freaking ridiculously smooth. Only runs on phosphor bronze washers. Really beautiful stuff. Beautiful knife. So back to the LL48 Flipper. Yeah, this is my only full dress piece by Rukas Bloomers. Really beautiful. Full dress piece, for those of you guys that are not into customs, basically means that every part of the knife has got some kind of artwork on it. Take a look at that all over it. You got the blue Damascus bolster. You've got the shredded black marble carbon fiber on both sides of the handle. You've also got this rope file work going on over here, and then to top it all off, he adds a Damascus or Damasteel, excuse me, backspacer on that. Really, absolutely gorgeous knife. Almost afraid to use it. Everything on the knife has got some kind of cool on it. Love it. Including the pocket clip, which I said is very common, but he makes it blue. So there again, another bit of customization right there for you. Really super smooth flipper. Runs on ceramic bearings. And finally, my last knife in the entire collection. And before I end and close, I'm going to be doing 2 more videos after this, immediately after this. One on this knife and one on this knife, because I haven't really done anything with either one of these. The name of this knife is by Andre Van Heerden. This is my second Andre Van Heerden piece in my collection. This is my first, the M38 Custom Flipper, right here. This one is more demonstration of his artistry as a knife maker. This is called the M44 Righteous Interframe Flipper with carbon fiber and snakewood. So it's really very pretty. It's got black carbon fiber outlining the snakewood all around on both sides of the knife. Really pretty. Put the zirconium pocket clip. Really nice action. Once again, the knife runs on ceramic bearings, IKBS. Very smooth. Very smooth. Really pretty. Gold or bronze. I don't know why I keep saying gold. I guess it's bronze. Titanium liners. Definitely gorgeous piece. Gorgeous, gorgeous knife. Very happy I picked this one up. I picked this one up yesterday. I didn't pay for it cash, but I picked it up yesterday at the Blade Gallery. Really very nice. So there you guys have it. All 18 of my custom knives. Really beautiful. I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed sharing my collection with you. For now, I am stopping at 18. I'm currently waiting for Des Horn, the master that made this knife, to make me an Mbuvu. Hopefully, when he does make that knife, I'll have a video for you on that one. And I really can't wait to get that one. I don't care if I go broke getting it. I'm getting that knife. So, you know, if Des Horn is out there, I hope he's working on it, although I heard he's in London. I don't want to bother the master. You know, these guys are like true artists, and nobody wants to bother them when they're working. So, this is it for the Knife Shark Guy. I hope you enjoyed this video. Once again, I enjoyed doing my videos. I enjoyed sharing my collection. So, this is Omar, the Knife Shark Guy, signing off, hoping you'll find one of these pieces of sharp art in your collection. This is Omar, the Knife Shark Guy, signing off. Thanks so much. Have a great day.